Gadaधर शिवासादि गौर Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Today is a guest speaker, His Holiness Trivikrama Swami, but he will be a little bit later. Will take around half an hour, so we'll continue with Bhajan. I also would like to ask you, those who are sitting on the floor, please come a little bit more forward Thus, we expect a lot of more people coming. You can sit in the back there. Thank you so much.
Hare
27. It's a very often quoted verse. Trivikrama. Do we have it on the board?
Yeah.
Yat karoshi yadasnasi.
Yat karoshi yadasnasi.
Yat karoshi yadasnasi.
Yat karoshi yadasnasi.
Yat johosi dadasi yat.
Yat johosi dadasi yat.
Johosi dadasi yat.
Yat johosi dadasi yat.
Yat tapasya sikunteya.
Yat tapasya sikunteya.
Yat tapasya sikunteya.
Yat tapasya sikunteya.
Purusha marapana.
Tatpurusha marapana.
Yat purusha marapana.
Tatpurusha marapana.
Yat karoshi yadasnasi.
Yat karoshi yadasnasi.
Yat johosi dadasi yat.
Yat johosi dadasi yat.
Yat tapasya sikunteya.
Yat tapasya sikunteya.
Purusha marapana.
Tatpurusha marapana.
Yat karosi yadasnasi.
Yat karoshi yadasnasi.
Yat juhosi dadasi yat.
Yat johosi dadasi yat.
Yat tapasyasi kaunteya.
Yat tapasya sikunteya.
Purusha matarpanam.
Tatpurusha marapana.
Mataji.
Yat karoshi yadasnasi.
Yat karoshi yadasnasi.
Yat juhosi dadasi yat.
Yat johosi dadasi yat.
Yat tapasya kaunteya.
Yat tapasya sikunteya.
Tat purushva madarpanam.
Tatpurusha marapana.
Yat.
Yat.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Karoshi.
Karoshi.
You do.
You do.
Yat.
Yat.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Asnasi.
Asnasi.
You eat.
You eat.
Yat.
Yat.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Johosi.
Johosi.
You offer.
You offer.
Dasi.
Dadasi.
You give away.
Give away.
Yat.
Yat.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yat.
Yat.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Tapasyasi.
Tapasyasi.
Austerities you perform.
Austerities you perform.
Kunteya.
Kunteya.
The son of Kunti.
The son of Kunti.
Tat.
Tat.
That. Purushpa.
Purushpa.
Do.
Do.
Mat.
Mat.
Unto me.
Unto me.
Arpanam.
Arpanam.
As an offering.
As an offering.
Translation. By Srila Prabhupada. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you give, offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So we read in the previous verse how we should offer our food to Krishna. So he's telling us. Not that he needs food, but that he's eager to have a loving relationship with God. He's like a lusty man, he's happy to have more than one woman. But Krishna, he's a loving man, not lusty, but loving, and he wants to increase his loving propensities. But in order to do that, we have to love him. We have experience, right? You may see somebody you really could love, but if they don't love you, you have nothing. There's no exchange. So in the same way, we all have eternal, original relationship with Krishna, not Krishna with Krishna. But we've chosen to put ourselves in the center. Therefore, we're all born in false ego. The Christians have an idea of original sin. But this is the original sin, is that instead of putting God in the center, we want to put ourselves in the center. And it did happen because Adam ate an apple, because that's not fair. Why should I have to suffer because Adam ate an apple? No, each one of us, individually, we've decided on our own intelligence or misuse of intelligence, that we would like to be equal with Krishna, put him on the same level as me. That was what Duryodhana, when he went to talk to Krishna to get help in the war. He thought he's just like me. So if we think like that in the spiritual world, then we're no longer welcome there. So the first qualification to get back to the spiritual world, we have to admit our constitutional position is subordinate to the Lord and the representative of the spiritual master. Why? The spiritual, because he's in harmony with the will of the Lord, and so therefore, Chaksharari, he's as good as God. Not that he's God or ever thinks he's God, but we should respect him as good as God because of his surrender to God. He has no more false ego. We saw that in Srila Prabhupada. I, for one, was quite cynical at first, and I was testing Srila Prabhupada. But after by a year and a half, I was convinced that this person was worshipable. Why? Because he was always our well-wisher. He didn't have any malice. He wasn't ever thinking of, one-upmanship. I'm better than you because I'm your guru. You better do what I do. Nothing like that. He was only full of mercy. And whenever he got chastised us, which he did, that also we can accept. Well, he's correcting me. It's not out of malice. It's not out of some ill intention. No. He was doing it for our benefit. He was our well-wisher. He signed every letter, your ever well-wisher. So we never met anybody like that because in this material, everybody's got an angle, right? Everybody's trying to get some advantage here in the material world, and they use us too for their advantage. If we can help them, they don't mind exploiting us because their goal is they want to be prominent, and it works individual to individual and country to country, isn't it? Now Russia wanted to be more prominent. Looks like they made a mistake, but they're trying. Chinese, oh, everybody knows Chinese would like to be. Americans, yeah, oh yes, make America great again. So this is a disease. We're all subject to disease. We want to overlord, we want to control, we want to enjoy, we want to be the proprietor. But this is our position. We're small, tiny particle, tiny, but we think we can be great. This is called Maya, that which is not. We can't be great. My constitution was small. But by serving the great, we can have a glorious position. Glorious, because we are, by constitution, eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. So it's a very nice position we have, but we're not satisfied with that. Instead of agreeing to be the subordinate to the Lord, we want to dominate the Lord. So when we have that mentality becomes prominent, then we're no longer allowed in the spiritual world. But instead of sending us to hell forever and ever and punishing us eternally, no. The Lord gives us the material world. Okay, you can imagine you're sent. The child is thinking like that, up to 2 years old or something. They think they're the center of the world. So we have to grow up. Even we teach our children, no, you can't punch your brother. Why not? How did he disturb me? I'm bigger than him. Why can't I punch him? Isn't it? Isn't that how this world works? Might makes right. Isn't it the history of this world? If we study the history, we see that always somebody's exploiting, someone's being exploited. And they even, they philosophize it, yes. Sheep are meant to be sheared. So why not exploit them? I'm stronger than them. Why not exploit them? So this is going on since time immemorial. We can't trace how long we've been under this false idea that we have an advantage, that we can get a better advantage in the material world. Therefore Krishna said, Dukkalayam Ashashta. No. There's no happiness in this world. It's an illusion. What is that happiness? Here today, gone tomorrow. Sweet 16, bitter 16. We should understand the whole thing is wrong atmosphere and make a plan to get out. Just like the examples given. Somebody falls in the ocean. They may be a very expert swimmer, better than others, and they can stay in the ocean longer. But still, they can't get out on their own. They need help. So that's our position. We have to be humble enough to ask for help. Well, why not? Why don't they ask for help? Why don't we ask for help? Because we're proud. Why should I ask for help? I'm okay. Especially men have that false ego. Right? Sometimes they get lost. They're embarrassed to ask people. I'm lost here, because they're men. I can't be lost. So, of course, women have their problems too. Especially they get jealous easy. If another girl is very pretty, very beautiful, in our heart, I don't remember being a woman, I'm sure I was in one of my past lives, but that is prominent there. The jealousy. So the point is, you're making, we should go anytime, is that this is not our real home. It's not a fit place for gentlemen. We should finish up our business, or gentlewoman, and qualify to go back to the spiritual world. But the first qualification is, we have to be submissive to the spiritual master and Krishna. So here, Krishna is telling us, yes, be submissive and do everything for me. That doesn't sound like, well, what about me? If I'm going to do everything for you, what am I going to get? So therefore, little faith is required. That there is a God. If I work for His pleasure, I won't be the loser. So how do we get that faith? How do we get that submission? By associating with those who are more advanced, more submissive, more knowledgeable about their actual position. It's a question of knowledge. Who am I? We're certainly not independent, but the mind gives us that false idea that we're independent. Everybody thinks we're independent. And we have some minute independence. It's like now, any one of you can get up and walk out and move and stuff. So we have some independence. But ultimately, we're controlled by the material. Just like if there's no supply of air, what is our position? We're sitting here talking philosophy. But if suddenly there's no air, then in a few minutes we're finished, right? So who's supplying the air? Are we making it in our factory? No. From the nature. Whose nature? Krishna said, this is my nature. So Krishna is supplying us whatever we need. Sunlight, air, food, whatever. So we should understand that we're dependent. We're eternal, but we're dependent eternal. We have consciousness, but Krishna has full consciousness. Our consciousness is just of this body. But Krishna is in everyone's heart. He's conscious of everybody. So we shouldn't imagine we can become God. When before we got the devotee guy was going to the yoga class, the yoga teacher was telling us that. If you go for meditation, he'd say, be still and know that you are God. And I think, I'm not that I was God. But maybe I should try it. This is the Maya. We can't become God. What kind of God has to become God? Krishna was the God from the moment, eternally. He appeared with 4 arms and a helmet and jewels and so on. Then out of love for his parents wanted him to be just like an ordinary baby, so he turned into a 2-armed baby. So the point is, we're not God, we can never be God, but there is a God. We can argue that point if somebody is an atheist. It's like one argument you always give is, generally there's a carpet or something that has a design. But we can see that, we can infer very, very confidently that this design thing, like this garland said, this was made by some plan to make the garden. They don't grow like this in nature, all together like this. There was an intelligent plan to how to make a garland. So this is a simple thing. Well, so much complexity there is in one cell, and we say it happened by chance. If I tell you this garland came together by chance, you'd say, come on, that can't be. It was made. But similarly, the atheist can be defeated very easily. There has to be a designer. There has to be a creator. What experience do we have that things are created by their own? They say Big Bang. But what caused the Big Bang? Oh, we're thinking about that. We're going to let you know. As soon as we figure it out. This guy who left his body in the wheelchair.
Stephen Hawking.
He was telling me, I'm going to tell you what caused the Big Bang. And I'm going to tell you what caused your death. Your karma ran out and you died. And it wasn't by chance. Everybody has a certain amount of heartbeats. And so, when those heartbeats are finished, then you have to leave. You don't have a choice. So here Krishna is advising, Yat Karoshi, do everything for me. Like an old sometimes it tells us that. So many lifetimes we've been trying to make ourselves happy, but we haven't succeeded. We still can't get any satisfaction. I can't get no. We're trying. We're trying to get satisfaction, but we try, but we still can't. So therefore, why not this one lifetime dedicate to Krishna? Try to make Krishna happy. Just this one lifetime. This is the challenge, like you know, why not try? Then we'll see that it gets easier. Because making Krishna happy is natural. This is our constitutional position. Just like the hand, naturally, it serves the body. It doesn't try to eat the food directly or taste the food directly. It understands. If I collaborate with the whole body, I'll get whatever I need. Nourishment will come. But we're like the hand, and now we're cut off. So how can we enjoy it? We can't. Therefore, the Bhagavad Gita says, Dukkalayam, it's full of misery. You may say, well, I'm not so miserable. Yeah, but it's temporary. Then you have to experience old age disease again. So the Buddhists have analyzed it. All the pleasure, all the pain in the human life comes to zero. So that's the philosophy. Everything is zero. But we say, no, if there's a minus in your life, zero, not a plus one. But Krishna is saying there is a positive ego, a positive world where you can enjoy eternally full of knowledge and bliss. My abode, and Bhagavatam gives full description. Brahmasmita, Ishvara Paramkrishna. So much description is there of the abode of the Lord and what's happening there. And we're being invited to enter into that abode. But in order to do that, we have to qualify. So this is an easy way to qualify. Work for Krishna. That's what Krishna told Arjuna. He said, Arjuna said, I'm not going to work. I'm going to go to the farm. He said, no, do your duty, but do it for me. And so, just by doing his duty, doing it for Krishna, he became perfect. He qualified. He doesn't become God. He becomes perfect in his own position. This is the first teaching of the Gita. There's so many living entities. They've always existed. All these kings, Krishna told me. And you also have always existed. In the past you existed, now you're existing as an individual. In the future you'll also exist. This is the first teaching of the Gita. So we're going to continue to exist. This is a very joyful message. We're not going to die. We're eternal. But why not qualify to enter into the spiritual world? So this is how we do it. Let's see what Prabhupada is going to enlighten us. See that? Thus it is the duty, of everyone to hold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstance. So that we can do. Prabhupada has given us ISKCON. If we work to enhance this movement, to spread this movement, then we'll see that we're automatically remembering Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada is the Acharya, his books are there, his Murti is there, his instructions are here, how to do everything within the institution, how to manage and so on. So we'll naturally be thinking of Prabhupada. And thinking of Prabhupada is the same as thinking of Krishna. I can tell a quick story. We were sitting with Prabhupada once in London in 1969. 4 or 5 of us and Srila was there. And one devotee came in, named Ishan. And he said, Prabhupada said to him, so Ishan, you're remembering Krishna? Ishan was a little mental. He said, well, I'll try. And Prabhupada kind of read his mind and said, that's okay. You can remember me remembering Krishna. So that's Prabhupada's position. If we remember Prabhupada, this is good or better than remember Krishna. And we can remember Prabhupada because we're studying his book, we're working to clean his temple, whatever we're doing, we can do it with the idea that we're helping Prabhupada's movement, assisting him. He's ready. He's willing. He's eager for thousands of assistants to establish this movement all over the world. That was his vision. He wanted to influence the whole world. So it's our good fortune, we can help him. And then we can remember him. Remembering him is the same as remembering Krishna. Everyone has to work for maintenance of the body and soul together. And Krishna recommends herein that one should work for him. Everyone has to eat something to live. Therefore, he should accept the remnants of foodstuff offered to Krishna. Any civilized man has to perform some religious ritualistic ceremony. Therefore, Krishna recommends, do it for me. And this is called archana. Everyone has a tendency to give something in charity. Krishna said, give it to me. That means that all surplus money accumulated should be utilized to furthering the Krishna conscious movement. Rather with bold thinking, right? All this money should be collected and to help the devotees push on this movement. we may doubt how that can ever happen. And it's true, this is the material world, so we're not discouraged that everybody's not giving all their money, excess money to us. But at least we can think how we can give more. There's so many ways we can assist you, Prabhupada. But with our money, with our labor, with our words, we can talk to others about Prabhupada's movement. We can, what's the other one? Give our whole life. That's the ultimate. Giving is giving yourself. We don't talk about that. How once you give yourself, then everything comes with it. Your family, your whatever you have, I render unto your lotus feet. So this is the goal. Atmani Vedanam. We want to be completely surrendered to Krishna. But we can't do that artificially. But gradually, we can come to that point. Nowadays, people are very much inclined to the meditational process. Like I was telling the yogi, meditate that you're God. Which is not practical in this age. But if anyone practices meditation on Krishna 24 hours a day by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, what is that mantra?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Is surely the greatest meditator, the greatest yogi, as substantiated by the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. The last verse of the 6th chapter, Krishna clearly said that the Bhakti Yoga is the best yogi, one who worships me. And again, Prabhupada is mentioning this purport about food, because food is important for all of us. Right? We were reading in the previous verse how we should offer everything to Krishna. So that we can do practically, every one of us. Before putting the food in our mouth, we can think, keep a little picture of Krishna in your house, in your apartment, in one section, and offer your food to Krishna. It's not so difficult. Yeah. And then you can, just by eating, you can make spiritual advances. It's a nice process. You don't have to perform severe austerity, a little austerity, but Prabhupada used to say, I'm only asking you to give up poison. The poison is the illicit sex. It poisons your mind. You're making plans to enjoy illicit sex, cheat on your wife or whatever. And you're becoming unclean in your mind. And then illicit sex, intoxication. And it even says on the bottle, this is bad for your health. And the cigarette, bad for your health. So Prabhupada is saying, yeah, give up this poison. But we're addicted to the poison. I was also addicted. I was smoking a pack a day for 10 years, cigarettes. And when I came, and I had tried quitting. It was easy to quit. I quit 30 times. I knew it was wrong. I tried to quit, but I always go back to it. But when I became a devotee, then I never went back. But that was since 1968. Now I even smell cigarettes. I don't like it. So it was difficult. But even more difficult, I won't go into that, you'll get discouraged. We have to take one step at a time. If we worry, 5 steps ahead, then just take the one step to Krishna. One step you can do. Each one of you can make a pledge. From today, I'm going to do one more thing to please Krishna, whatever it is. Get up 15 minutes early, so you can chant more rounds in the morning before you have to start your work. Or make sure you offer your food to Krishna. That's so difficult. Even worse and worse, you can do it in your mind. Yeah, little things like that. We can all make some improvement. And then, Krishna will reciprocate. It says very clearly. As they surrender unto me, I reciprocate accordingly. What's the verse? As they surrender unto me, I reciprocate accordingly. So he's ready to reciprocate. He's waiting for you. He's in your heart. But you have to do something from your side. He's done something. He's come and spoke Bhagavad Gita. He sent his pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada, to open the centers all over the world, to understand what is the real meaning of Bhagavad Gita. He's doing a lot for us. He came as Krishna himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to show us by his example how to be a devotee and centered around this chanting. He's giving us so much. We should now agree to do something from our side. Maybe a little pinch will be there. We can decide, I'm going to give €10 a week. That's something, right? A little from your side. Then Krishna will reciprocate. That's his promise. But we're faithless, so what can be done? Then we suffer. The doubting soul, there's happiness neither in this life or the next. So faith is the most important item. And we get faithful by associating with those who are more faithful. That was my experience with Srila Prabhupada. I was doubting. Actually, doubt is a sign of intelligence. We're not expecting people to blindly follow. You have to have some doubt to question. But when the questions are resolved, then you should give up that doubt. What is the question? Anybody has a question? Where are your doubts? Let me hear. Come on. I can smash your doubts.
Will Krishna always protect me from making bad decisions?
Are you consulting him before you make decisions? Or his representative, the spiritual master?
That's a good point. No, not always.
Yeah. Therefore, Adao Guru Puja. First, we should look for Guru. Just like we want to be a heart surgeon. We can't just read the books on heart surgery and open a clinic. Heart surgery performed here. No, we'll be arrested. In order to become a heart surgeon, you have to go to other heart surgeons. The teacher is very delicate. So spiritual life is even more delicate. You need the guidance of somebody who's, we have three guidance. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. We should always consult. Shastra is the center, actually. We choose Guru and Sadhu on the strength of the Shastra. Shastra tells us what is a Sadhu, like we are reading. Mahatma. Mahatma Rampuma. No, not that somebody's rubber stamped Mahatma. Mahatma means one who's always chanting my glory. But we saw that was Prabhupada's position. He was always taxing his brain how to broadcast the message of Krishna. International Society for Krishna Consciousness. He didn't. Most of these gurus and yogis, they say they make it Rajneesh movement or Chinmayananda or Ramakrishna. They put their name in the front. But Prabhupada put Krishna's name in the front. That's the guru. Guru means he wants to see Krishna glorified. That's a real guru. Like once I came in front of Prabhupada, he was going out, so I brought his shoes. He immediately changed. Why are you bringing my shoes in front of Krishna? Don't you see Krishna is here? Yeah, he didn't want me to put him in the center. But we do it because, now it goes back to the other one. We do it because he is as good as Krishna. But still, he's as good as Krishna, but not as great as Krishna. Krishna is Vishwatattva. Srila Prabhupada is Jiva-tattva. There's a vast difference between the living entity and God. So Prabhupada never claimed to be God. Matter of fact, when some disciples of his started to claim that he was God, he threw them out of his movement. He told them, travel in peace, become purified. I never said I was God. So we have to use our intelligence to understand. Anybody else has a doubt?
No, well, actually, it's more like a conviction
Okay.
that addiction is a very prominent thing now, you mentioned. But now there is also a solution. There is 17 weekly online Bhakti recovery meetings based on the 12 steps, from which thousands of alcoholics have recovered by this 12-step program, and now devotees have incorporated it into their devotee care. And there's 17 online meetings a week for all kinds of addictions, you name it. And I can recommend to hear the story of Jiva Ji, Mataji, in a late morning program, a podcast, and also in the Wisdom of the Sages.
So you can give more information.
Yes. And then there's a website.
Raise your
also.
hand so everybody knows who
Yes.
you
And then and there is also a website, bhaktirecoverygroup.com.
are. Any other? Yes, no.
Yes, I have a question because I still don't understand this concept of God outside. If who are we then? If there's only one God and He's outside of us, how do?
He's also inside of you,
Oh,
in our
okay.
heart. He's outside us. He's actually in every atom. Just to explain how. It's a little inconceivable. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us the philosophy of Chitta Veda Veda Tattva. We're all one with God and also different from Him. So nothing outside of God. Just like you could say the government, nothing outside the government. But within the oneness of the government, there are many departments. So God is one, but He has different energies. Like fire is one, but He has two energies, light and heat. So God is one, but He has many energies, diverse energies. The basic categories of energy are the Lord Himself, Vishnu Tattva, the living entity, Jiva Tattva, and the material world, Mahatattva, earth, water, air, fire, ether. These things are all material, including mind, including intelligence. These things are material. The soul is different categories. There are two categories of energy, matter and spirit. And you can't make spirit out of matter. That's our challenge. But you can make life from matter, or we'll give you the chemical. Take a yellow chemical, a white chemical, and make an egg. A chicken comes out. Well, we're trying to do that. They can't do it. Because categorically different. Matter and spirit. Life comes from life. So that's a good question about God's nature. You can read some verses there in chapter 9, text 2 and 3. Or 3 and 4, I forget.
4 and 5.
4 and 5, thank you. About how Krishna is one with the creation and also separate from the creation. Inconceivably, there's some things that are inconceivable. But no, He's here, He's in our heart, He's especially in His holy name. And if we chant with purity, we'll feel Him dancing on our tongue. Rupa Goswami is praying for millions of tongues. So He can vibrate the syllable Krishna. And millions of ears to hear the syllable Krishna. And when He hears it, His heart dances in ecstasy. So we can't imitate that, but we can say confidently that especially in this Kali Yuga, the method of approaching God is through His holy name. Well, Jesus also said, hallowed be thy name. The name is spiritual. So as we get more attached to it, and more taste for it, then we'll see that Krishna is becoming directly involved in our life. We'll experience that. And once Srila Prabhupada was asked by a journalist, I guess it was, well, you're the International Society of Krishna Company, well, how does Krishna get involved? So one of the secretaries said, he was kind of fielding the questions on behalf of Prabhupada. And he said, well, yes, Krishna gives us the intelligence and so on. Prabhupada said, no, Krishna will directly tell us. That was Prabhupada's position. He was being guided by Krishna directly. So we can also be guided, but we have to be pure. Because the mind is also in the heart. So the mind can tell us something and we'll say, oh, this is Krishna. No. We have to be, in order to get guidance from within, we have to be advanced. So in the beginning, we should take guidance from Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. These are our three authorities for beginners. Therefore, read our literature, Bhagavad Gita. Gives so much information that we just become one verse. Every verse, Prabhupada has poured his purports from realization. It's not speculation, it's not maybe. He's speaking from realization. Therefore, we want to keep Prabhupada in the center, Prabhupada's books in the center, Prabhupada's instructions in the center, Prabhupada's way of managing. We want to keep that best we can.
So we can have that realization as well.
Yeah. That's your originally you had that realization. Why we've lost it? Because of misuse of independence. So proper use of independence, then you can go back to the spiritual world. That verse is there, Isha Dvesha. We've come from the material world because of two things. Isha Dvesha. What is that? Isha means desire. What is that desire? Yeah, I want to be the controller, the enjoyer, the proprietor. And what is it? Dvesha, what is it we don't like? Somebody else is that control. So we forget about God and put ourselves in the center. Not so easy to keep God in the center because nobody else is doing it. Therefore, Prabhupada took so much trouble, big headache to organize this ISKCON society, to give us a chance to associate with each other. I'm personally experiencing that. I was managing, many different projects in different years, and now I'm just traveling and teaching. It's very enlivening because I always meet new people, and I see how they take me to Krishna consciousness very enthusiastically. They're happy, chanting and dancing with us, and so I feel my faith increases in this movement, in this process. It's not a bluff. If you can have Krishna, you will be happy. Prabhupada used to always say that. Once the reporter asked him, "Are you a hippie?" Because hippies were quite prominent at the time. Prabhupada said, "No, we're not hippies, we're happies." So we can be happy. Then Hare Krishna be happy. That's what to do.
Why can't we just do our best to be good persons? Why it has to go so far?
Yeah. Really good person. Let's say, I'll give you an example. There's somebody drowning in the ocean. They've been in there for 2 days. You come in a helicopter and you call down to them, "Sir, how long have you been in the ocean?" "Oh, 2 days. Oh, you must be hungry." So we throw a loaf of bread and fly away. That's a good thing. He's helping. The guy's hungry. But wouldn't it be better to get him out of the ocean? So similarly, we want to get people out of this material world, qualify to enter into the spiritual world. But you're a good person. You want to patch up put a Band-Aid here, and it's not going to stop them from dying.
But do we have to be devotees of Krishna? Can we
Well, who do you want to be devoted to?
not maybe Jesus?
Okay. We won't discourage you. Prabhupada didn't discourage you. He was walking with a Jesuit priest, or I think it was a Jesuit. He didn't say you should give up your Jesus and come chanting Hare Krishna. He saw the similarities and encouraged them. Same with the Muslims. I was driving one Muslim taxi driver, where were we, I forget. And he was sincere, man, and I was encouraging him. Be a better Muslim, and he was appreciating. But put God in the center. Not that they become fanatical. Just like Muhammad. In the Quran, it says suicide is a sin. But they're committing suicide. They're blowing up people. Suicide bombing. How is that pleasing to Muhammad or Allah? So religion can be misused for political purpose. That we don't want. Fanaticism. Or sentiment. We want based on Shastra. And we agree, we're a little partial. We think Bhagavad Gita is the best Shastra. You do a comparative study. I did. When I first came, I met the devotees. And I was thinking, first reaction was, because they were saying, Bhagavad Gita as it is, this is the best. And I was thinking, come on, I'm not familiar with Bhagavad Gita. Why do you think this is the only way? Something like that. I thought they were like Christians, preaching this is the only way. So I went to the library, and I got 4 different editions of Bhagavad Gita, and I did a cross study. I was a little serious. wasn't a big endeavor. The library is full of Bhagavad Gita. And see which one is actually representing Krishna. Then it was clear. Prabhupada is representing what Krishna said, that he's God and that everything is coming from him, like pearls on a thread, everything is resting on him. He's the source of everything material and spirit. That's what Krishna said. Of course, if you don't care for Bhagavad Gita, then okay, go to the Quran and Bible. But you should have some authority. Otherwise, how do you know? Who am I? What is the meaning of life? How do they answer? Your friends.
Many different.
Yes. Okay.
Maharaj is emphasizing fate. So if I may play devil's advocate, why should we have faith in Guru when so many gurus have fallen down?
It's the system that Krishna wanted us to follow. In other words, he clearly says, one who claims to be my devotee is not my devotee, but one who is a devotee of my devotee is my devotee. So we've turned away from Krishna. We can't make our own process of religion. We should accept the process that he's given. He said, I've come to speak Bhagavad Gita. One of the main reasons was to reestablish parampara, which appeared to be lost. So Krishna is the one who's telling us in chapter 4, text 34. Just learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. There's another verse in Bhagavatam which says you must approach the spiritual master. The imperative is there. You must. So you have that experience. Just like you get counterfeit money. So you have bad experience. You thought it was a real $100 bill or €100 bill, but it turned out to be useless. It has no value. So it doesn't mean you just give up the system of money. You find the real money. So you find a real guru. That you can test. Who is a real guru? Yeah. Well, real guru is the one who's always putting Krishna in the center. That's what we're saying about Prabhupada. He's a real guru. Real guru is always putting his guru. I'll tell you a quick story with Srila Prabhupada. I was giving massages, I mentioned, and in 1969 Prabhupada came, and we had a first big open program in London. And there was 300 people, a lot of Hindus. Even in our day, Hindus were in London, big number. So they were challenging Prabhupada. In the middle of the class, one man was saying, what about Lord Shiva? And Prabhupada was he said, sit down, you are nonsense. So we never saw Prabhupada so bold. There was a series of lectures, and the next day, Prabhupada was due to speak again in the evening. So during the day, I used to give 11 o'clock in the morning every day. I was giving massage, and I was remembering his strong, class of the night before. And so I was thinking, like I was getting into shape by massaging him for another knockout performance. So I was massaging and talking and massaging and talking. And in my mind, I was thinking, me and you, Prabhupada, we can take over the world. My passionate nature. So, like that, I was going on. Then suddenly Prabhupada said, no! And my hands froze on his body. And then he said with another voice, like a child, 7-year-old boy, he spoke. I am just a humble servant. And I felt so embarrassed. I was thinking, he's such an aristocrat. I'm such an ordinary slob. I should be in the same room with him. What to speak of touching his body? And there was a throw rug there. I think I should go under the rug. Yeah, because he was so genuinely humble. No artificialness there. He was generally seeing himself as a servant of his spiritual master Krishna. So he could speak like that with full conviction. So, yeah, I became humble by his example. A little humble. Of course, again, we go back to being puffed up. Therefore, it's an ongoing process. You have to struggle, and then again, we'll see. Now I'm putting myself in the center. I should be putting Krishna in the center. Now I'm advertising myself. We have to always be careful not to become controlled by false ego. False ego will always push us. You're the greatest. Okay, did I answer that all right?
In Prabhupada's purport, it's, you mentioned that meditation in this age of Kali is not, it's
Not recommended.
not recommended, even though a lot of people are trying to just meditate upon japa, the holy name of the Lord. But wouldn't this meditation and aligning, first this material body that we have and getting, for example, ready to receive, this meditation upon Krishna,
You want to meditate on the fact that you're not the body.
Sure.
But then the next step is, okay, I'm not the body, what I am, I'm the soul. So then the next question is, well, what do I do? What's my activity? Then, that's where Krishna consciousness. Yes, you should act for the pleasure of Krishna. Because you can't sit in meditation for how long? An hour? That's a long time, sitting in meditation. You do like that for an hour? So we want to do something. And what do? Therefore Krishna said, Yat karoshi, yat jahoshi, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you do it for me. And if you want to meditate on that you're not the body, that's okay. But then you have to get up from that meditation and do something. So, Krishna consciousness is practical. Do something. Directly, you can serve Krishna, and then directly you're in bhakti yoga. High status of yoga. Highest status. You're doing something for Krishna. And if you do it with the right intention and the guidance of Guru and Shastra, then Krishna will be very pleased with you, quickly. Otherwise, in this age, you have to sit and you read. How many people can go to the Himalayas and do the meditation? It's mentioned in the 6th chapter. You read through that verse, or through that chapter, and Krishna's giving a system of meditation. Hold your nose and so on and so on, and you have to sit in a completely celibate in a solitary place, not be disturbed by the children or something, and meditate. But at the end, Arjuna says, I can't do that. My mind is too restless. So we don't recommend it because our mind is restless. We want to do something. So do something. Take out a Harinam party. You're good at that. He's a good singer. Come out with us and sing Hare Krishna. Dance, play Madanga, bring your girlfriend. She's also a good dancer. And have nice children who are also good devotees. Everything is there. Just put Krishna in the center and your life will unfold in a very pleasant way. Maybe a little difficulty, but it's not really difficult. Then that one verse is there. 7:14. What is it Krishna says? The Durakya. Very difficult to overcome this Maya. The second part of the verse, it's all in one verse, which says, but one who surrenders to me can easily cross beyond it. Easily. So it's difficult and easy. Once you get the hang of it, it's like riding a bicycle. You look at it, I remember before, when I was a child, I didn't ride it first. I said, how can you ride it? It's going to fall over. But once you get the hang of it, it's easy, right? It looks impossible. You're just going to fall. But once you learn the system, it's very simple. Similarly with Krishna consciousness, it looks impossible, but once you get the hang of it, it's very natural to put God in the system. What else? Okay. The next bit.
I joined the movement in 91, and I was told to find out in myself, not to make plans to the devotees. And so many years later, so many things I see have happened, and this shapes my faith in the process, in the devotees, in the movement. Bad things, all kinds.
So is it a question or a comment?
If you could please help me overcome my doubts.
Well, what is it that?
My doubt is if the process works, and if there are people who practice it sincerely. The way it's presented to us, of course.
Well, make an experiment. Like we say, we're telling you that the honey tastes very sweet and sticky, it has a nice aroma, and you never tasted honey. So you have to, you not just to take my word for it, you have to try it seriously. Unscrew the cap, put your finger into the, or a spoon, bring it to your mouth, then you get to taste. So we're saying if you seriously take the process, rise early in the morning, take a shower, come regularly without fail and chant Hare Krishna, even if it's only half an hour or something, to fit in your schedule. Then Krishna will reciprocate with you sufficiently that it'll keep you on the path. I mean, you say you came in 91, but you're still here. So you must be something that's keeping you some faith in order to come back. So we're just saying, take another step. That's what I'm encouraging tonight. Take another step, and Krishna will reciprocate more and more. Again, he doesn't want to force us. It's love. Love is the highest thing, but it can never be forced. You have to want to please Krishna. So we find that Krishna is worth pleasing. Or we have to serve, right? We're serving our body. But we look in the mirror and say, okay, I'm serving this body. No, it's not so special. Right? I'm not so special. I'm serving myself. So then it's something more than myself. Yeah, okay, I'm serving my humanity. But humanity also, a bunch of bums. You're cheating at every second. There's no harmony. Everybody loves himself the most. Why should we serve humanity? Then what are we going to serve? You tell me. We have to serve. We can't stop serving.
Animals, maybe?
I don't think people are so bad, sorry, but I see beauty in human beings as well. I see positivity and hope in humanity, otherwise we would not be here chanting if we didn't see the beautiful side of people. And we can serve each other, no?
Yeah, well, I don't agree with you. I don't see any beautiful side. I think everybody is under the control of false ego and they all love themselves the most. I don't see any love in this world. None, zero. I see zero love. Everybody loves himself the most. That's not love. I'm doing something wonderful to help humanity because I want to be famous as a humanitarian and I want to get my name in the paper that he helped, he gave so much money, Bill Gates or something. But it all comes back to me. I don't see love.
But would you still keep chanting if you didn't see something good? You would just kill yourself if you really, really thought that there's nothing good in
You should kill that side of yourself.
Yeah.
And give the full attention to Krishna. That's our point. You want to have your cake and eat it too. You want to be a good person in the world, and at the same time a devotee. But a really good devotee is the one who will save the person who's in the ocean. Not just do good, but it's doing good. It's like wet stool and dry stool. You know, the dry stool is much better than the wet stool. But it's stool. That's what you're saying now. We should do dry stool. The whole world should have dry stool. Then they'll be happy. No, it won't make them happy. We're like a fish out of water. No matter what you do for the fish, he won't be happy. You can give him a beautiful she fish. You can give him beautiful, wonderful fish food. He won't be happy because he's not in his real element. So you can't be happy in this world. This is certified. You can't be happy. But you think you can be happy. Okay, start your own movement and see how many people follow. You won't get followed. Because they also want to be in the center. You want to be in the center and start your own movement? But we're not in charge to start our movement. We're followers. The movement has already started. It's just that many people in the past have attained success by following this process. So we're hopeful. We have full, great hope that we can also become qualified to enter the spiritual world. Well, we just have many in the past that, by following this path, have entered the spiritual world. But I don't see anybody getting out of the material world by doing good work to people. They remain. They may get a good position in the next life, and they have good karma, Prabhupada talks about this in chapter 14. Somebody have Gita? Chapter 14, text number 6. It describes the mode of goodness. You're talking about goodness. Don't give it to me. You read it.
14:6.
14.6. Nobody else has a Gita? All you people, you don't have it on your phone? Okay, just do the translation.
The translation. Endless one, the mode of goodness, being purer than the others, is eliminating, and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge.
So this is what you're aspiring for. You want to be happy, knowledge. But read the second paragraph of the purport.
The difficulty here is that when a living entity is situated in the mode of goodness, he becomes conditioned to feel that he is advanced in knowledge and is better than others. In this way, he becomes conditioned. The best examples are the scientist and the philosopher. Each is very proud of his knowledge, and because they generally improve their living conditions, they feel a sort of material happiness. This sense of advanced happiness in conditioned life makes them bound by the mode of goodness of material nature. As such, they are attracted towards working in the mode of goodness. As long as they have an attraction for working in that way, they have to take some type of body in the modes of nature. Thus, there is no likelihood of liberation or of being transferred to the spiritual world. Repeatedly, one may become a philosopher, a scientist, or a poet, and repeatedly become entangled in the same disadvantages of birth and death. But due to the illusion of the material energy, one thinks that that sort of life is pleasant.
Therefore, we don't think it's pleasant. We don't give an inch. It's full of misery. Everybody has to grow old, become diseased, and die. And everybody's envious.
But
To
then,
more degree, there may be less degree. One in the mode of goodness, he's less envious, but they're still envious. They're the other person who's doing it. Well, I did more than him. I opened more hospitals than he did. It all comes back to that. Because they put themselves in the center. They don't really love humanity more than themselves.
but then if you don't see your brothers and sisters,
If I don't see what?
if I don't see my brothers and sisters, I mean, if I don't really see that positive side, then I go into
What
the
positive
negative
side?
side.
What
But
positive?
what I'm saying, mine is like this. It tends to go from one extreme to the other. Either you see the good or the bad. Whoever is in the middle is realized from my point of view. Mine always tends to go from bad. If you see it's only misery, it's only envy, that's bad.
It's hard for
Then
me
you
to
see the
understand
bad.
because of your.
She's saying that, I'm sorry, maybe trying to.
Short.
She says that from her point of view, it should not be just negative or positive. One who's in the middle, he's the best. Who sees in the
And
middle.
that was the Greek philosophers had that idea. Moderation, everything in moderation. But there's no hope to get out of the cycle of birth and death. That's the point that Prabhupada is making. You can be a moderate and people will like you, you'll die, and according to your karma, you'll be packed up in a womb. Do you believe that or not? You believe in reincarnation and then
So you think
His
it's
migration
better
of
I
the soul?
think bad of everybody? This is what I'm asking. It's good that I should think humanity is doomed and everybody
the
is
same
bad.
example, somebody's drowning in the ocean and you're giving him a loaf of bread. The real good work is to get him out of the ocean. Well, you want to patch up the ocean and make it look like a very nice place because you're doing good. No, get out of the world, get out of the material world.
But meanwhile, she doesn't want to think bad of all people and see everybody envious.
No,
and do
why
it.
do you think bad of people? We say that every person is a particle of God. Small particle, they have a glorious position. They're eternal, full of knowledge and blissful.
That's
We're not, that's not negative.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
positive then, yes?
Yeah, it's positive. It's good news.
then,
The
then
good
what are we
news is that
discussing?
you're eternal. that you're full of knowledge and you're blissful. But because you're stubborn, you want to remain on the body platform. But from my perspective, you're in a woman's body, and you're thinking, I can help so many people with my motherly instinct, and that's the best thing I should do, help them. But you don't know how to help them. The same example, you're giving a loaf of bread to the drowning man. Real help is to get him out of the material world.
No, honestly, I want to help myself. Honestly speaking, I want to.
That's
myself.
now we're getting to the point. You want to help yourself. So
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point we're making. Everybody loves himself
I
the
want to
most.
not drown myself. Basically.
Okay. You came to the right place. You want to help yourself, this is the right place. But you first have to understand what is it? What is yourself? You want to help, but if you don't know who you are, if you identify your body as yourself, then you can't really help yourself. So therefore, the first teaching of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks like 25 verses, telling us from this angle, you're not the body, you're the soul who has a woman's body. You're the soul who, whatever, is white and Dutch. Human. Human, you're human, right?
No, Romania.
Yeah, but-
Born in Romania.
Okay. Yeah, anyone else?
Recently, some devotees I met, they were convinced that it's not possible to follow all 4 regulative principles.
Yeah, well, they're nonsense.
Yeah. but I was happy that you said to get the hang of it. So, I mean, from my experience now, even of such staunch addictions, like whether it's drugs or sex or all these things, there are walking around us people who have overcome it,
Yeah.
and they have the hang of it now, so it's not so hard anymore to resist.
That's right.
But there's a process to it, like it's called surrender, but that's elaborated upon in these 12 steps.
Yeah.
So surrender is broken
Yeah,
down.
raise your hand again. You have to get in 12 steps. Anyone else?
I wanted to change the subject then, but could you tell a little bit more about your interaction with Srila Prabhupada?
You like it when he blasted me?
Well, I read something in
That
your
would
book.
sometimes smash me.
Yes, please tell us.
Yeah.
I love this kind of stuff.
That's right, you do love this kind of
Yes.
thing. You're just saying how you... Just answer what you said 3 minutes ago.
I love this. It's mercy, no?
Very interesting. Okay, Prabhupada blasted me. There's so many stories. He wanted me to stay in Mayapur. He was co-director with Jayapataka, which was actually an honor. I was, this is like, as a senior sannyasi, he wanted me to help direct the biggest project in ISKCON. But I didn't want to stay there because I thought, during the year there's nothing here. This was like 74. And people weren't coming. There was nobody living there very much. And I protested. I said, Prabhupada, well, first I should give the fruit of that. Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he told me that Prabhupada wanted me to stay. He was the GVC for India. So I told him, you're not my GVC, I'm not going to stay. But later in the day, we were in Darshan with Prabhupada, and Gopal Krishna Maharaj told him, he said, Prabhupada, Trivikrama Swami says he's not staying here. So Prabhupada looked at me, what's wrong? Why not? And so, then he started. He said, oh, our formula is plain living, high thinking, but you're addicted to the city, which is true. I'm a little passionate. I go in the city. I was selling books, meeting people, so many. And so at the end of the day, I was tired. I could sleep. I didn't worry. Money was coming in. So. And I thought, if I stay in my boat, what am I going to do? There's nobody here. They don't speak English. So then, that was the next point. I gave another excuse, and
Language.
Robert said, what?
Language.
I don't speak Bengali.
Bengali.
so
Yeah.
how I gonna preach?
Yeah. That was the last one. There was one in between. Okay, I don't know that. Let's get to it that way. I don't know that. If probably I stay here, I only preach English. So I don't know Bengali. How can I communicate with people? Then Prabhupada said, you're a sannyasi, you've given up everything but your wings. Then the last one was...
You're sannyasi for 5 years, you didn't still
Oh,
preach.
that's what I get. You've been a sannyasi, you're reading my book? he said, I said, I've been a sannyasi for 5 years and I haven't had a chance to preach you. If I stay here in Bengal, I won't be able to preach because they don't speak English. But you see, there was one other story in between. You have a book?
Yes.
But I don't know exactly what it is. But anyway, so then Prabhupada said, the last thing he said to me was, oh, you're a sannyasi for 5 years and you haven't had a chance to preach? What makes you think you know how to preach? But then I was in the Navy, I told it, so my arm automatically condition reflex. Yes, sir. So I stayed for 6 months and then Bhavanath came back. It was good for me to do what Prabhupada wanted. But he didn't like that I was defying him. But after that, he dealt with me, instead of through the GBC, he would deal with me directly. So I got something out of it. In other words, he would generally delegate to the GBC men to do the management. But in my case, after a while, he said, I know you can't get along too well with the GBC, so you can work directly for me. So you could come every year and get my assignment from Prabhupada and he would send me on a mission and I come back, report to him and so on. So that was it. The last few years. But the difficulty was when Prabhupada left the planet, and who did I have? So it was a little hard for me at first. Because I wasn't, anyway. It's in my book.
Yeah. But it was also a story about, maybe one little more, about some yogi who came to Prabhupada with a woman and they were carried out flat or something like that. You can, I didn't read the whole thing. I just was looking, when on my way to come here, I looked a little bit through the book.
Okay, so that the story is pretty, but I probably didn't chastise me for that.
No, it's not about just.
But this
just
girl wants some red meat.
No, it's okay, we can be good now.
Okay. There was a yogi who came from the Himalayas because he had hemorrhoids. You know what hemorrhoids are? Sitting in the cold. And so he came, he had to leave to get medical treatment. So he came, he was in New York, and he saw the devotee, so he wanted a place to stay, free place, and to stay and get food. So he asked if he could move in. So the devotees wrote to Prabhupada and they told him the circumstance. And Prabhupada said, yes, he can move in, but he has to get up every morning for Mangalarti and chant on his beads. Okay, so that's what he was doing for some months. And I met him at that time. He was going on hard on with us, and so he wasn't a liability. He carried his own. But then, about 2 weeks before Prabhupada was due to come, he moved out. Well, that was his choice. You know, we didn't think anything. I wasn't the manager, so. But then I happened to look out the window of the temple, and I saw that this same yogi was coming with a heavy-set lady wearing saffron color. And I didn't think anything of it either. I said, okay, it's natural. He's coming to see Prabhupada. So about 15 minutes later, I happened to be walking by Prabhupada's room, and this yogi is being carried out of Prabhupada's room horizontally by 6 brahmacharis, or 8 brahmacharis. Wow. So, you know, being a little shush and natured, I went in immediately into Prabhupada's room. And the lady's there, hysterical, standing in the back, and screaming, or not screaming, what's the word, screeching. Don't you touch me, don't you touch me. And there was one timid brahmachari there, kind of just standing. And then Prabhupada. And I looked at Prabhupada, and Prabhupada just gestured with his eyes. Get her out. So I went over to her, I went over to her and I said, "Shut up!" And she became stunned by my voice. I didn't get violent, but I stunned her, and then we kind of walked her towards the door, and there was a devotee there, and they helped her out, no violence, and then she was gone. Then I turned back to Prabhupada. So I said, "Call the others." The GBC was there, the temple president was there, so I called them. Prabhupada went to them. Then I was gone, because I wasn't the manager. But the next morning in class, Prabhupada mentioned, my disciple became angry, but that was okay because his spiritual method was being insulted. So I don't know exactly what happened. I wasn't there for the insult, but somehow they insulted Prabhupada. This yogi insulted Prabhupada. And so he was thrown out. I have another quick story about this. We were in London, yeah. We were coming back from selling books on the street. So I was just in a dhoti and tilak, and I was alone. And 1969. The guy who sells papers at the top of the stairs, he was in. And he said something very about Krishna. I forget exactly what he said, but he insulted Krishna. And I got mad. I said, "You better shut up. I'll throw you down the stairs." There's stairs going down. I spoke strongly. He said, "I thought you were pacifists." I said, "You thought wrong." That was it. So we can get angry for Krishna. If Krishna is being insulted, we should just listen and tolerate it, and everybody will be content. We should defend Krishna or his spiritual or the representative of the spiritual. Okay, then where are we? Wrap it up. It's time for Arti. Arti. Who's going to sing?
So we have a quick announcement. We have books of Maharaj. Maharaj has already had so much service has been rendered by Maharaj to Prabhupada. Maharaj has been sannyasi for his 52nd year, the longest sannyasi just along with Jayapataka Maharaj, and he's been in ISKCON for more than 55 years. Maharaj got so much opportunity and associated with Srila Prabhupada and render services. So we have bought so many books, but I have only like 9 left now. And today is special opportunity. Maharaj can sign book personally. Whoever would like to purchase. After the Arati and Kirtan, they can please come to me, and for small donation, you can take this book. Thank you very much.
You gonna sing?
Quick question. Is they carrying the devotee out conscious or unconscious? The yogi out conscious or
Getting into a small but extremely important section of framework. Search one of my
Thank you.
Hare Shri
Hare
A little bit more kirtan maybe.
Any questions?
No, they dissolve.
Resolved.
Jaya Vishnuka, Paramacharya Saraswati. Sridharangesi Bhakti Vedanta Saraswati Pariki.
Jai!
Shantandacharya Sri the whole world Shri Pariki.
Jai!
Jaya Vishnuka, Paramacharya Saraswati. Shri Bhakti Vedanta Saraswati Thakur.
Jai!
Guru Paramacharya Ki.
Jai!
Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur.
Jai!
Shri Shri Chaitanya. Abhi Chanade Shri Shri Radha Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakti Ki.
Jai!
Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shankar Radhagari Giriyavan Ki.
Jai!
Ram Ki.
Jai!
Ram Ki.
Jai!
Jagannath Puri Ki.
Jai!
Tulsi Devi Ki.
Jai!
Bhakti Devi Ki.
Jai!
Bhagavati Devi Ki.
Jai!
Gopinath. Glory to this one.
Hare
Glory to this one.
Krishna!
Glory to this one.
Hare Krishna!
Glory to Shri Guru and Shri